Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EURUFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Greetings everybody, guys. Let's take a look at the euro currency again. Today we have a bit more clear situation compared to what we had yesterday. So starting from daily chart, we see that first of all we haven't got any grabber. Market just dropped, and it has reached 18 or 5 confidence support. So now we're coming to a moment where we should think about taking the long position. Because following the logic of our analysis, the market is forming here regardless triple to buy that we have discussed yesterday, the thrust up, ABCD retracement right to the strong support area, and here at least by the technical analysis, market should reestablish upward action. So those of you who were waiting for who haven't traded yesterday and didn't try to take the long position on the intraday setup that we have discussed and waiting for a clear pattern, waiting for clarity about the grabber. So now it's your time, and here probably today, maybe today, tomorrow, you will need to take the decision whether to take the long position or not. So target of the upward action, if it really will be reestablished, should be somewhere around 120, 120.20 area. So it's completion of this AB equals CD leg. So that's what we will be waiting for. On the 4-hour time frame chart, guys, actually you see this pattern that we have talked about. So it should start from some bit lower level. So the market could just press the confidence support for a few pips. So somewhere around 1790. So it'll be completion AB equals CD target. So as you can see, currently market hasn't quite reached it yet. So for a few pips, it hasn't been tested. That's why here so another leg is possible before market really will reestablish upward action. So maybe here we will get even some kind of the free drive buy pattern or something of that sort. It's really good, it's possible. For example, here you could see that we have 1618 extension of this drop. Now if market will show some retracement, maybe this will be, well, then purely free drive we probably will not get, because you can see 1618 already stands below this target, but maybe some other patterns will be formed. So on the hourly chart, guys, I would like to discuss first the hour yesterday setup, and then we will take a look how market could reach this level. So take a look that here it's around 1790. We have not just large ABCD target, but also we have incompleted 1618 extension of our A, B, C top 1618 extension target. This I marked as the XOP, extended objective point, by the Judd Napoli naming of this extension. So take a look, that coincides with the large AB equals CD target. That's why we give more confidence that the market indeed could reach this area. Now here, guys, market has formed the butterfly, as you can see. It's 1618. Now it stands on retracement, and particularly in the slope of this butterfly, market is forming bearish continuation pattern. It's called as regardless triple to sell. So that's very good, because by this pattern, downward action could be triggered right to the 1790. So if you're trading scalp trades on the euro currency, on the hourly chart, on the lower time frames even, so you could think about taking the scalp short position with downward continuation based on this regardless triple to sell pattern. Although, guys, here it's not quite clear whether the market will start downward action right from this point, or it will complete 1618 of this A, B, C, D pattern. But pattern will be valid anyway until market stands below this top. That's why wherever you will take the position, either in this point or you're waiting for A, B, C, D 1618 target, anyway you should trade it against here, for example, market could show action to this area. You should trade it against this stop. So stops anyway should be above this stop. But now the chart is really not big distance, so less than, smaller than the 50 pips. So that's why it's probably just follow your personality, how it's more comfortable to you if you trade on the intraday charts. Now, speaking on yesterday's setup, so take a look. Yesterday we have discussed this head and shoulders, potential head and shoulders pattern, and indeed, in the beginning of this process, as the bottom of the left shoulder has been completed, market indeed has starting upward direction, has made an attempt to continue move higher, but has failed. Here, guys, it's very important that you should correctly treat this at the first glance failed trades. You should separate the term of the mistake when you trade with the mistake and term of the pattern failure, because all trading process stands around the big numbers. This is the question of the big number, the question of the probability, because even perfect pattern that is forming on the market works not every time. That's just a question of the probability, and we every time we're following this pattern, because we believe and we know that when you trade the 10 patterns in a row, in the 7 patterns you will get the success, maybe in 2-3 patterns you will lose. But this is not because you make the mistake of the trade, just because of the market mechanics, so how markets works, because not any pattern can't be successful in the 100% probability. Another question is when you trade with the mistake. So when you take the position on by the gambling feature in some sense, or you just do not have the context, you do not have the trading plan, you just trade occasionally and blindly, or you're taking the trades stubbornly based on your psychology, so against some clear patterns. That's the mistake. So I think that yesterday we haven't done any mistake, because we had the pattern that was godless triple to buy, and here was forming the hand and shoulders. So potentially market had the chance to reverse to the upside. Besides, this minor action was supportive to us, and that provides the opportunity to move stock to the break even. So that's why we usually trade against strong supports and by having the patterns on your back, because if even market will the pattern will fail, the support levels and the patterns increase chance at least of the minor respect, of the minor action in our favor. That led us to make stops to the break even. So that was just the fail of the context. So it's not because of the patterns were bad or context was wrong. It's just this situation where the probability works. So this pattern hasn't worked, or better to say it has worked but not sufficiently to reverse move up, and that pattern appears to be stronger. So now we're waiting for our major pattern. This one is godless triple to buy. So the same pattern we have on the dollar index. Probably it should be formed. Market should reach the 70-90 today, maybe tomorrow, 2 sessions probably.